And we're live, apparently, according to that phone buzzing, which telling me that I'm on YouTube. Thanks for letting me know. It's the Meta Lab, and we're live on Monday, April 9th. We have a smaller cast than usual this week. We have Devin.
Hi.
And we have our rotating guest host, Michael.
Glad to be back.
And me, for reasons, because Jason decided to leave me in charge of running this madness. So we have a bunch of stuff to talk about this week, actually. We have a lot of weeks in review. I was at a Super Q, all sorts of previews, world, nationals stuff. But we do have one thing that we do have to mention. Unfortunately, everybody's favorite Ginger is not here right now, and that is because that's what the show looks like now. Because of shift changes at work that were completely out of PJ's control, he's unfortunately not going to be able to be on the show. Although Devin did bring up the interesting idea of what if we change the schedule to accommodate him, which I'm not sure about that right now, and I will talk to Jason, and who knows what will happen. But it does seem worth it to switch so PJ can still be on. But he did mention that he will miss everybody and that he's still going to try and be active in the show, or in the YouTube chat during the show, as well as in the Discord, which you can join if you're a patron, and there's some good talking there. And yeah, this is just a situation that was completely out of his control, unfortunately, and he was very sad about it, and I'm very sad about it, and he's just the best player we've ever had on the show, so he'll be missed, unless he's not, but we will see. No promises about anything. That being said, I guess we will start with weeks in review, and Devin has the absolute shortest one, so we'll start with him.
That is probably true. Yeah, literally all I've done during the last week is, it wasn't even during the last week, but it was close, is a post-rotation meta practice that we did at 401 just to see what we could think of as the meta looking like after rotation. I'm not sure it was actually accurate to the meta because obviously Avengers Infinity isn't actually out yet, so we don't actually know what the meta will look like post-rotation, but we figured we'd try it out anyway. I played a team of Wolverine at 150 points, super rare, Deadpool Shifting Focus, Lila Cheney, Moira McTaggart, a couple of IDs. I think that's it. I can't remember.
Thunderstrike.
Sorry? Thunderstrike. Yes, you're right. Yep. Thunderstrike was my object that I played because healing on Wolverine off of stop clicks without getting the -1 to heal from his regen is awesome. So that was good. And also he has Flurry, so theoretically if you can knock back 2 opponents in the same turn, he can heal 2. It's pretty nice. So my first round I played against Jay, who was playing his Chair Joker with Ha Joker and Lockjaw, because Lockjaw is the best modern mastermind fodder by far, I think. Although Ha Joker can no longer be mastermind fodder because of the errata. But he did get Dragon Fang, so he was actually a really good attacker for 40 points you played him at, I think?
Yeah, he was at 50, but I bumped him down to fit the object on.
Yeah. And I think, obviously, 40-point Joker with rerollable Blades Claws is better than 50-point Joker without. So, yeah, we played. I also had a boxing ring on my team. I moved up. I sat in the boxing ring, equipped my objects, and also called in Jubilee, who was one of my free IDs from my headmaster, because Energy Explosion is good. So I Energy Exploded his Lockjaw and Joker, and also his Colossal Retaliator. I don't remember who Carnage is, right? Okay. Yeah. So, and his Carnage. So it killed his Carnage, knocked his Joker to 3rd click. And then we danced around for a really long time before Wolverine hit his Joker for 4 damage, knocked him back by 4. And then with a free attack, because his Joker hit, I think, Lila Cheney the turn before. And then he charged as a follow-up to kill him because he wasn't next to anybody because of the knockback. So turns out that Thunderstrike and Energy Explosion are awesome against Mastermind. So that was that game. The second game I played against Tom Kerr, who is a great player and was playing double shifting focus Deadpool, along with 50-point Wolverine and a dupe and a Darwin and a couple of objects of various kinds. He had a adamantium ball and chain and a couple of other things that I don't remember. But
yeah, he didn't realize how shifting focus and objects work now.
Yeah, it didn't really matter in our game because he came up to me, called in a Rusty. I called in Wolverine, killed off his Rusty and his dupe, and then he just sort of ran up and then I called in Gene, and on 2 tries I failed to hit his Wolverine off of his charge click onto his stop click. So he just sort of charged me, flurried me, and killed me with his one of his shifting focus Deadpools and his Wolverine. So my Wolverine died on like turn 3 or something, and since he was 150 points, the game was pretty much over after that. And game 3 was against a guy who was Glenn, who was playing Lieutenant Kyle and another 25-point character that I don't remember.
The Atom.
The Atom? Yeah, you're right. It was the Atom. And Zeus. So he just kind of ran up. He missed a really easy attack. And then I just killed Zeus in like 2 turns because Wolverine does a lot of damage. And I killed his Atom on turn 2 with a call-in of some kind. I don't exactly remember, but it wasn't particularly difficult because Glenn can famously not roll. So, yeah, he got not a single shape change from Zeus's traded shape change, all that kind of stuff. So that tournament I went 2-1. I think I actually won the tournament by like 50 points or something because the highest record was 2-1. And that is literally all the Heroclix I played in last week because last Thursday I couldn't make it and last Sunday it was canceled. And last Saturday I couldn't make it to the charity tournament that Jay ended up going to because I had a stats exam on that day, which was not as much fun. That's all.
I think I'm going to be going last because I was the longest. So, anything cool, Michael?
I didn't really get to play any Clixed, but I do have some good news. Our local comic shop actually moved locations, and I got unbanned from playing there. So now I can actually play in my own town instead of having to drive 45 minutes away.
Why were you banned in the first place?
They said I was too competitive. But as long as I dial that back, we'll be cool. So at least for now, I get to play in my own town.
Well, just build really underpowered teams instead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm definitely going to dial it back a lot at first, at least. Now, if they have like a big like win a brick or something, of course, I'm going to go in. But for casual stuff and stuff like that, just no more practicing for the upcoming events and stuff, I guess.
Seems fair. It's not very good practice if nobody else is playing meta teams anyway.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's gonna be long. So I did. Did I play? No, I didn't play on Thursday. So yeah, I played at the Frankenmuth Super Q. And I'm gonna grab the map because spoiler alert, I have the only one of these maps in Canada. So it's a $2,000
didn't quite make it.
Canadian, otherwise normal price. Yes, I played the Magneto awesome team that Devin won with and Easton won with, and basically built around the same time. So Magneto welcomes Sam Cap to the X-Men. Moira, Lila, teleporter with 5 cards because you can't get the free student one. Otherwise, I would have put an all-new Wolverine or Leech or something.
Unless you play the Ape Batman like some people were doing instead of the Moira. But that loses you a Perplex and a theme team, so...
Yeah, we'll talk about that exact Ape Batman later. The ID cards were Cyclops, Superman, Wolverine, Green Arrow level 7. It was going to be Magneto, but then Adam Cole was playing a team that used the Magneto ID card way better because he had 2 enhancements and just all of the awesomeness. So attacking for like 12 damage 12 attack, 5 damage twice.
I wish it was 12 damage.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No,
So I
you
ended up
don't.
letting that to him and
No, you're right. That would be horrible. You can get that with Mistress Death Green Arrow, so.
Yeah, so round 1, I played against a person who had a name. I'm going to pull up the win results so I can actually tell people the names of the people. Just a second. I knew I forgot to open something up. There we go. ROC Super QV results. Round 1, I played against Matt, who said he hadn't played in like a year. So he had Sam Cap, Renatilli, Claw Shredder, Karai from Team NT 2 or 3, and a Flash ID card with the OP kit 85.1. So basically, he moves like I'm on map because I had theme. I stay in my starting area, but I equip the scrap markers and whatnot, and then I still have immunity because I haven't moved. And then he doesn't have immunity once it's my turn again, so he just moves up a little. I move up a little. He didn't realize that Magneto would have 5 damage because of how it's an object attack and whatnot. So what did I do? I hit Karai to the stop click, and I killed Renatilli in one shot, and then Sam Cap called in Hawkeye to do just a little bit more chip damage. And then he did get some good attack rolls off, like his Claw Shredder hit Sam a bunch. And basically it came down to his Claw Shredder versus my top dial Magneto. And I was on power 2 with Wolverine still attached, so even if he did an actual attack to damage me, I would just pick the Wolverine inspiration, and then I would just pick the Superman one the other turn, so he couldn't try to relate me. So I just ended up finishing him off. But that was round 1. Round 2 was against Brian Poling, who's a Michigan player, is pretty good, and he was playing Shredders, which I think was a build that Pat had played recently with Eclipso and Supreme Intelligence on Clone, with the Shark, with the Ocean Resurrection, Mini Shredder, Peace Machine, Surtur, Green Arrow ID card, another ID card Superman ID card for Boxing Superman. I'm on map. I put us on the underground because that's a really sorry. What?
No taxi on that team?
Nope. So yeah, underground is good for my team, so I picked that. He set up his characters like he put Surtur in like one of the little rooms, Peace Machine in another one, and then the Shredder's kind of in the middle. So like what happened? I set up my I move a little because I knew there was no possible way he could get me, so I got a couple extra squares in. And then next turn I go in, I kill Peace Machine, my Hawkeye has Surtur, so it's down to he's not down so many points, but he doesn't have the ridiculously long life on the Shredders because of Peace Machine. So he started shuddering me a little bit and makes some attacks. He ends up missing some attacks on Sam because she has an 18 reflexes and he has close options. At one point, he calls in Superman to hit something a little bit with Flurry. Maybe he killed something. I had Green Arrow just kill him because I just figured extra points are good. And I didn't really need the Green Arrow otherwise because Mini's just kind of annoying to hit from range. And Clone is impossible to hit from range because he has the awesome trait and 18 energy shield. So basically it ends up coming down to my Moira, who had the trait assigned to her, the dual trait assigned to her, the Magneto versus his Clone. And he actually got a pretty solid attack on Magneto to his last click, but that did mean that I had Pulse Wave. So I Pulse Waved. Because I didn't want to deal with the Shark at that point. And I didn't really need the extra points there because I had extra points from the call-in Superman, so I was up 375. So that was that. I had no expectation of actually winning that game, but dice weren't the best for him. And his position was just off a little bit to begin with, but I'm sure if we played again, it would have been... I mean, it was pretty close as it was, but if we played again, he probably would have positioned a little bit better at the beginning. Round 3 was against PJ, and I really wish he was here right now because that was just a ridiculously fun, entertaining, and stupid game. He was playing Shifting Focus Deadpool, Lockjaw, Mini, Shredder, Ironheart, so Undying Tech, Full Teleporter, Iceman, no level 7, like Iceman, Wolverine. He had a teleporter, but there was no level 7. That's all I pretty much remember. I went map roll because I'm Demon D's not. I put us on the underground. I move up a little bit. He moves up a little bit. What did I do? Oh no, he went for a. I move, he moves. I think I clear. I think he does a call in. No, his Deadpool bamfed because he had that option. And then he called in Cyclops to try and kill Lila because he called in the one with Ignores Block and the Headmaster. And he needed like an 8 with no probs in his favor, I think. And he missed. It was whatever. So then I go for, I think, a Wolverine call in because Flurry can theoretically kill Shifting Focus Deadpool. And at that point, he was on the healing one. If you flurry, he heals at the end. I end up hitting the first attack with like a 12 or a 13. Roll blades. I roll a 2, so he's on click 2. So literally the only way I can kill him at that point is to roll a crit. So I end up, I think, attacking the Lockjaw and then missing. And I also move up Magneto to do scrap attacks, and I think he misses. No, did he? I think that turn he killed the Deadpool. I'm pretty sure. So then he ends up hitting Magneto, like attacking Magneto, getting just like his last click, and other stuff happened. He I had moved Sam Cap up a little bit with like a sidestep carry with Magneto. She was in position to call in the Superman to attack Ironheart and do knockback in addition to the attack. So I needed like a 6, and if I hit, there was 2 separate rolls from her trade, so maybe she dies. Basically ends up being I end up ahead because I killed some call-ins, and then he's up a little bit. I'm up a little bit. It was at the end. I think it was Sam Cap versus just Minnie, who had never died yet, and Ironheart. And he emptied his teleporter, got a real boy in. It was dumb. I ended up killing the Deadpool and a bunch of call-ins, and he emptied his teleporter. And he like killed me. Like, we didn't go to time. He finished me off, but I would have clicked my teleporter to power 3 on the last action. A last attack of the game, which was pretty funny. But I got 260 points, so pretty good loss. And the math was that most 3 and 2s made it because it was 5 rounds with 24 people. So in round 4, I played against Matt G with a team that Wes Summers played recently and got second at the event that Easton won, playing the Magneto team. So it was the White Queen OP kit version with the 5 Cuckoos, Shifting Focus Deadpool, Darwin, Lila, Full Teleporter. He wins map roll and picks some grid reality map. It was probably literally called the Park, but it looked a lot like a park. I had literally no blocking, so I had to do better suited for these foes to switch out Magneto to Wolverine because he would be useless. And basically, I'm on tilt from the beginning because I've emptied an ID card before the game even starts, and it's just not a great matchup. And obviously, he has a Green Arrow, which Green Arrow call and pre-rotation makes Wolverines very dead. So he ends up turn 1, I go for some points just for tournament standing, and I don't kill his Lila Cheney, even though I should know exactly how many points she is because I have a Lila Cheney, and I'm just not smart. And then he does a call in to try and do stuff. Maybe he hits. I know at the end of the game I had Wolverine and Sam Cap, so he did kill stuff eventually. At one point he calls in his Green Arrow to try and just hit Wolverine, which is the smart thing to do. But he actually misses, as well as having had having called in Green Arrow in hindering terrain, so I was able to then revenge or just kill it, having accomplished nothing. So we did go to time. I got 210 points. He got 90. But basically, if he hadn't missed ridiculously easy attack rolls, he would have won that game, which does tie into a later game. But round 5, I'm sitting at the top table with Chris Stockhouse, who was undefeated at that point. So I'm pretty sure that I get in no matter what. But I do want to theoretically score some points at that point to make sure I get in to the top 8. He wins map roll and picks Crossfire Canyon, and he is playing the Brainiac Skull ship with the teleporter to better suit it out if he theoretically needs to, which also ties into stuff that happened later. He also had 1 Flora, which got a lot of healing off, and PJ was sitting next to us, and it was pretty cool. As well as 2 of the Wonder Woman robot retaliators, because those are all cosmic characters. So he ties me for the initiative roll, and he wins. So basically, I need to kill the retaliators, except he rolled healing on the Flora, so I couldn't kill it with Hawkeye. But I'm like, okay, so I'll kill the Wonder Womans. That's one less problem out of the way. While his skull ship is just sitting there eating the cities and doing call-ins, whatever. So at one point, he calls in a full dial Chase Iceman to pulse with my whole team. So I'm like, okay, I can kill him, and then I'm just okay with losing at that point, which is basically what happens. I kill it because I have Moira Outwit. I outwit his defense power, Wolverine flurries, and revenge attacks. I don't think I needed to do a call-in addition to that. But then I called in something with Sam. It doesn't really matter. But basically, at that point, I was okay with whatever happened. And he ended up on the last turn of the game. He ended up on power 3 really quickly between me hitting attacks a bunch as well as just good rolls on his call-ins. He called in 2 characters normally, and then he reavoid 4 things. Which was kind of crazy, as well as eating the last city on his last turn of the game. So at the end of it all, he got 300 points. I got 240 because he emptied his teleporter, and I killed the Iceman, who was 175, and I killed the Wonder Woman. So, yeah. So at that point, I think I was 5th seed going into the top 8. I played against Dustin McKinley, who was playing basically the same team as me, except he opted to take out Moira and play the 8 Batman, as well as finish off his teleporter with a 6 card. Basically, I just inherently have the advantage because I have Moira Perplex for better swing.
And also +1 to map roll.
As well, I mean, with the
getting
same
to go
team.
First is awesome. No, I mean, getting to go first is great on an Alpha Strike team.
Yes, exactly. Which basically, I moved up a little bit, counting out his strike range, and then I assigned my scrap, moved up a little bit. He assigned his scraps. I move up, having set up Moira with a token to push onto Outwit. I end up outwitting his Magneto's Invincible. My Magneto uses his scrap to kill him in 1 turn, and then I Hawkeye to kill the 8 Batman just because it was annoying. So he's down to Sam Cap and... Did I kill Lila? No, he's down... Oh, wait, he didn't have Moira. So he's down to Sam Cap and Lila on turn 2. So it was just a matter of just cleaning up, essentially, at that point. And then we had the next round of the top 4 with the Chris Stockhouse revenge round, where PJ and I had discussed what we do if we win map bowl, because you kind of don't want to pick a map where he has to better suit it out because it's a charity event. We're all there for fun. In Swiss, you don't pick underground. It's what we agreed on, but single elimination. That's when it gets really serious. So I managed to win map roll, and thus the game. I put us on the underground. He better suited for these foes out with the Casey Superman that I lent him.
So it's the underground and the office that make you better suited out? Anything else?
Just those 2? Maybe the Star Trek map?
maybe.
Doesn't really matter. But basically, he does that turn.
Oh, I'm muted.
Yeah, so he does that. I move up, and Hawkeye kill. He did. I think he managed to roll his floor heal turn 1. It didn't really matter. I think that was the only one he actually successfully rolled, whereas in the other game he got like halfway up the dial. So Hawkeye has Wonder Woman's because they're annoying, and then he has his Casey Superman, Green Arrow to attack my Magneto. Not that anything he could have done would have killed it, because even if he goes all to damage and crits, I guess knockback would have done it. But regardless, he doesn't know the DAW very well.
If you go all to damage and crit, you do kill it. It's 7 damage. He has 7 clicks.
Well,
if you have a perplex, sorry.
Yeah, he did have a perplex.
Okay.
So, he couldn't have even with knockback. But either way, he just misses. It was just a game where he literally didn't hit anything. Like he loses map roll. He misses the Green Arrow attack. He rolls 1 Flora, and then that next turn, I call in Green Arrow to just finish off his Superman because I had hit him once, I think, with Scrap or something. So he was on a lower click, and I go to Green Arrow him, and he doesn't roll his Casey rollout, so he's down his Flora, and I didn't know we did still play the rest of it out just because, and I won. Despite PJs being there and the Flora being the best, it did not manage to beat an entire team all by its 10-point self, surprisingly enough.
Shocking.
And then in the final, it's me against Matt G again, and he wins map roll again. And I think I'm sitting on 200 points at home. I'm very tired. It's Passover still, so I haven't basically eaten any food all day, and it's like 8 o'clock at night, and we got up to leave for the tournament at 8. I'm like, do you need the bye? He says yes, and I'm like, okay, good game. I wasn't going to win the game because the last game would have totally been won if he had rolled like anything, so there's no point, waste of time. So he got that because literally in Super Key, the only difference between first and second is just the actual bye. So, and then Adam Cole gives me a bunch of crap for surrendering. And Emily gives me a bunch of crap for surrendering. And then we go to eat. And then no tournament on Sunday. I have the only one of these cool Spider-Man Homecoming fairy maps in Canada.
Nice.
So, yeah. Top 4. I only really cared about getting top 4 because that's when you get the map, but getting second was nice. And I still have not managed to get over the hump of actually winning something. But
you chose that this time, though.
Well, he did last time, too. He surrendered 2 tournaments in a row.
You beat me turn 1.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't surrender our game, I still would have won. But technically,
you could have lost if you just rolled.
If I just crit missed everything, it was possible.
I mean, you also just missed not crit missing against Emily. But basically,
but I needed even lower numbers against you than I needed against Emily.
Yeah, I'm not going to play a game where I know that I can only win if my opponent just crit misses everything.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
It was a lot of fun. I played against really good players all day.
Yeah. Sounds like a good tournament. Too bad I couldn't make it.
Yeah, Emily. We also had a raffle, and Emily won 6 things. She won Prime Harley Quinn, the Green Lantern, Super Rare Prime.
Nice.
She won 2 different gold, just assortments of maps. A whole pile of just random Golden Age figures, of which she wanted literally none, because most of them were. They were literally all retired. None of them really competitive at all, even in ROC Age. And something else, can't remember, but she won that, and I won my own map pack. And we had 24 players, and it was like 25 entry for each person. So we raised a bunch of money. I don't know what exactly.
Tom got top 8 too, right?
Tom got top 8 and lost to Chris. And that was actually a pretty close game. It was like 300 to like 345 or something, because the scholarship actually died. But Mr. Death died a bunch of times too. Tom was playing Death with Mjolnir, Lockjaw, Mangog, Charlie X, I think
So
that
the
was it.
variant, not the Mixie variant that he was playing the other time.
No, he was cosmic themed. Full teleporter. But yeah, I was overhearing his game against Chris. It was like, okay, so Charlie X attacks for 6. I'm like, wait, what? But
And why did it do that?
Because of Mistress Death tokens.
Oh,
He has 3 printed. Yeah, that's a decent amount of damage for Charlie X to be attacking for. He's what, 40 points?
Yep.
With 10 and 3 prob, 6 range, 5 range? 5 range.
Yeah, I have my Charlie X on the win. I'm very happy about
Nice.
it. Yeah, so good times were had.
Did I see something about you getting rid of your Lockjaw, Jay?
Yeah, I did sell my Lockjaw
Oh.
because it's stupidly expensive, and Devin still has it, and Tom
And
has it.
And as we're going to discover later, it's getting released in
I guess we
quantity.
can use that as a topical segue. I guess you can open up the links now. So we'll go over U.S. Nationals first.
U.S. first?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
UK. And we'll brag about all the prizes the Canadians get after.
Let's see here.
I can't believe you're keeping your Lockjaw.
I want to play it.
I know you
Before
do.
Canadian Nationals. It's like 2 months away.
Yeah, I guess it'll be legal because it's been released forever
Yeah,
ago.
It's already legal.
Okay, so we have full confirmation of like the full schedule, all the good stuff at U.S. Nationals. So we have qualifiers. We actually have qualifiers. They're $12. Modern age construction, single eliminations. You have the pot of 8 people. Play a bunch of games.
Will ours be similar, I assume?
We don't have our schedule up yet.
Yeah.
We've only had sealed These are grinders.
That's true.
So,
We've never had those.
So you start with 8 people, bunch of single elimination rounds. Even if you only win 1 game, you've basically spent an hour and a half-ish, $12, you get a con. Second place, you get 4 out of the 8 points you need to play in Nationals, and then you win, you get 8 as well as the con figure. Yeah, and then at the very worst, you get a random ID card, and the ID cards are pretty cool, as we will see.
Mm-hmm.
Dice Masters isn't relevant. So U.S. National Championships. It's on the Friday the 5th, so you have Wednesday and
15th.
Thursday to play grinders. So starting from the bottom,
Yeah, it's the 15th.
top half gets a World Championship qualification. That's pretty cool.
That's how it was last year, too.
Yeah. But bottom half, you got half the points you needed. That's pretty cool. So top 16, you get, it's a Harley Quinn ID card, Mr. Freeze ID card, Poison Ivy ID card, Colossus, Professor X, Banshee, Psylocke. I think we knew about most of those. Those all seem good and potentially playable.
Did we know about Harley?
No, I think Harley is new information.
Yeah,
we
I
already
thought
knew
so.
about Freeze and Ivy, but those
Which
all look
means
very
Title
cool.
Harley will be a great call-in.
Yes, because you can call in title characters.
Plus
Yes,
3
and
attack, energy explosion, or plus 2 perplex with also an attack.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that
60
you
points,
can.
65 points,
She's
How much?
60.
60. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't know why people seem to think that you can't call in title characters, but you absolutely can. So
I guess just because most of them just don't have the name.
Yeah.
yeah, just most of them just don't happen to qualify. Like
you note, though-
we have Magneto Realist or whatever. But basically, yeah. So that Harley Quinn playable, Mr. Freeze, the Joker's Wild, super rare, 90 points, pretty decent. Mini, you can call him in. Poison Ivy.
There's no good Poison Ivy to call
Well,
in.
post rotation, we lose all Poison Ivies.
No, there's a
No,
Harley Quinn
Joker's
one.
Wild.
Bombshell.
Oh, no, Bombshell.
Oh, right.
Oh, Bombshell's not bad.
It's not a good call-in. I mean,
It's
it's
like,
mind control.
we have
Mind control is always
confirmation.
okay-ish, but
We have confirmation on a sculpt for the Batman set. That's happening.
Yeah.
Colossus is really good.
The fact that we're getting Colossus and Professor X again for those that didn't manage to go to a WizKid Open is pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be relevant when we get to non-US Nationals. Professor X is good. Banshee, obviously good. Psylocke is maybe good.
75-point running shot pulse wave.
I thought it was 70, which means he's SAM capable.
I don't think so.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
That seemed
I
For
thought
Psylocke.
his high point was 70.
No, he is 75.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh. That's unfortunate for poor Sam.
He's
So
still
you're
great,
talking about-
but yeah, it doesn't help Sam. Psylocke is bad all of the call-ins.
Yeah.
The Deadpool and X-Force main force one is the most useful because she's a potential 6 damage with no objects or perplexes, but it's still 90 points for the call-in, and there are better call-ins for that many points.
I mean, wait. Psylocke, she's 90.
I just had
Because you're relying on your opponent having certain powers and stuff too.
I mean,
the fast force is mind control, but like, why aren't you just playing the Professor X ID instead?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I mean, mini calls are.
But we also don't know the inspiration, so it's possible.
Yeah, the inspiration's good. It's a different story. The 50.1 is fine, and then maybe we get more later because X-Men.
I don't think there will be one in Days of Future Past. She wasn't part of that storyline, which doesn't necessarily mean WizKids won't make one.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't always
she wasn't
mean
part of that
anything.
storyline. Anyway, Banshee is great. Obviously, Poison Ivy is great if we get a good one. Mr. Freeze is good right now. Harley Quinn is great right now. Psylocke is not great right now, but might be. You never know. Could happen.
Yeah.
Getting them for $12 is nice for you scrubbed out completely in the grinder.
Exactly.
Yeah. Top 8, Commissioner Gordon, Blackbird, Kirk and Uhura. That's fine. You're probably going to buy them
We don't know
anyway.
anything about them yet, right?
No.
No dials for any of those?
This is US. Oh, okay, yeah. So top 8. Top 4. So you get the Kingdom Come Power Woman, but her ID is retiring. But maybe the figure's good, and maybe she has Invincible. Maybe she's playable for some reason. I don't know. Captain Cold, Heatwave, Impulse. So those all have this. Possibly are all the same rarity from Flash set, so maybe that's another round of open prizing, and we had confirmation of a new set of opens in the summer, so that's probably the set for that. Orion we already knew about, Bombshell Hawker we already knew about, Shadowcat, hey guys, you can get Shadowcat. That's a good thing.
Looking forward to it.
I don't have all the chases
call in for that ID.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you were already maybe going to play it for Sprite, but yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you play the Sprite ID? It's 2 points less. The phasing teleport inspiration isn't useful, so.
Unless you're on like a teleporter and you have to pay the 5 anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, no, that's not true. You don't have to. You pay 3. Right. You pay cost of the card.
Either way,
get it for free.
It's a thing that's available.
Yeah.
More options are good. It is not exclusive to opens.
No Forge ID. That's really upsetting. I was really hoping.
Yeah, that Forge would have been an amazing ID call-in. No powers at all is amazing.
Not I mean, like I think the idea is to get away from those kind of ridiculous call-ins.
It's a good point. It's probably a good thing. But
like, why would you want to lose Green Arrow and Nick and get that? Like, that just seems bad for the game in general. Bishop, Black King Forge, so you can get those if you didn't get them in the open. Lockjaw. Lockjaw, you guys. Lockjaw. And then Death's Head, Mandarin, War Machine, Ultimate's past round of opens, Daredevil.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out that this is top 4, so it's not like there's going to be ridiculous amounts of these running around still, but there will be more than there were at least.
I mean, you can just
Battle Royales.
Well, hopefully,
if they're in Battle Royales.
Hopefully the Battle Royale pricing doesn't include the open top 8 ones. But it's also worth noting that since we have the open first place prizes, we end up having 4 winnables from each universe as opposed to 3, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think more prizes are good. Top 2, most recent Heroclix chase set available.
Which will be Infinity?
Yeah.
Because they confirmed that they're using those for
everything.
Yeah, and we just know that set is going to be out in time.
Yeah.
National qual, then if you win, the national qualification.
And a factory set of Infinity will be...
good luck. I'm almost sorry for you, because 25
storing and transporting that?
I feel really bad.
It'll be in a big cardboard box, at least. Like, it's in a sealed thing.
If you flew there, you're out of luck.
Oh, yeah. No, we always drive the 14 hours.
Yeah.
14? Holy hell. It's only 8 for us.
I'm in Georgia.
Right. Okay. And then we have the Team National Championships, which is a good consolation for no worlds there. So It's team sealed. You pay $96 for 6 packs. Okay, that's why it's more expensive. They're infinity packs. So you have a team of 3 people. You all make 300-point sealed teams. So
I'm
basically,
super excited about this because
Yeah.
of 6 colossals being pulled and seeing how many people are just running colossals versus colossals.
yeah. So basically, take everything I just said and then triple it if you.
Yeah, you won't have too few points to make a team in this
No,
set.
it'll be more like, what don't you play?
Not like poor Scott at the Whitby Open, where he had to play like 9 out of his 10 figures or something.
Yep. And then we have so we have side events, so you can sign up for an Avengers Infinity Battle Royale. So
Hold on, let me get that pulled up for you real quick.
Or Star Trek Attack Me.
Because every time you click it, it scrolls all the way to the bottom. There we go.
yeah, so $16 Battle Royale. You each play it, get a booster, pull and pass. They actually addressed the number of points of the set.
Yeah,
the
I really like
cost
it.
of a character on your force can be more than 200. So if you pull the Living Tribunal,
but
yeah, I don't disagree on that, but they addressed the potential problem. So
it's at least not 600.
Yeah, it's like when Beyonder was a thing.
Yeah.
So that's good. You can do.
Wait, the DC Heroclix Battle Royale doesn't have that limit.
No, but what's the highest point character in that? 250. Oh, I guess if you pull Lex, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't want you to prevent you from playing a figure that you pull.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not
whereas
like
that doesn't actually
there's
prevent
no
you.
600-point character.
Actually, does that confirm we're not getting any 1-point line over 200-point figures in Infinity?
Potentially.
Well, the chases are like 100 or less, so
It could just be that they're not worried about one specific outlier, and they're more worried about the 25 colossals that are going to be in there. And they're just
yeah, banning you from playing any figure that you pull seems bad, though. Just like,
I mean, I'm sure if there is like a 210-point main force figure, you'll be like, oh crap, sorry.
I would assume that that is what that means because of the fact that they don't have that rule for the DC one. They're not going to prevent you from playing any figure that you pull.
We'll find out when we get there and it happens.
Yep, exactly.
So you can play Harley Quinn one. Oh wow, there's no DC sets between Harley and then. Okay,
yeah, because Batman's the next DC set.
Yep. So you can play Harley Battle Royale. I'm sure that there will be like the person who gets second place, and then they get like a Bat God, which is pretty cool. So those were some pretty in-demand chases. Like even now, even the bad ones are still pretty valuable.
Especially Flash.
You can play a Star Trek one if you really want to.
I feel like Marvel will be the most played just because that'll be the most expensive set.
It'll be the one that gets sold out the first. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because there's always one each time that gets sold out by the last day, and then you start playing in the other one just because you have to. And you want to keep winning
yeah,
prizes.
I mean, that's pretty much the only reason anybody would play Joker's Wild.
Build 5 different 100-point Golden Age teams.
Yeah.
This is super fun.
There's some constructed ones, but they're real. I don't know. They seem like a little bit of a time sink. Considering that you have to play like a whole tournament and only get one figure. Like, it's fun.
Cheaper, though.
Yes, it's cheaper. You can have.
You don't have the money to play a bunch of battle royales. You might as well play them.
Yeah, it's you get a lot of play for your money, and if you know that you'll get top half, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never played any of them, but yeah,
so I can talk about that from experience. I mean, it's literally because it's 8-man tournaments, I believe. It's do you think you can win 2 games? Yes, cool. You're playing that, you get a guaranteed Con Ellie. It's a little random. They just walk up with a box and hand you one, but it's a fun little event, especially if you've got nothing else going on. Like you already have your grinders. I'm hoping they don't let people just play in grinders after they have their points. Like just eliminate that issue and then force them to play in stuff like this. And I mean, you see all kinds of different stuff. Like you see people running 100-point figures, or you see people trying to swarm at 100 points, and it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, you get 2 actions, so sounds interesting potentially.
If Element Man didn't retire,
he was used last year, absolutely. So was
stuff like Bizarro Joker,
White Lantern. Martian Manhunter
Yeah,
and
yeah, I can
100
see that.
Point Red Sun Superman ran a lot last year too.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
But-
interesting stuff you can do there. Sounds like fun.
Basically, you can have fun, and then there's build 3 theme teams. Don't play one more than once. Have fun. Play these events and have fun. Exclusive for sale. They have the Blackbird for 50 US. I don't
Which
know
was
why I
surprising.
specify US. Yeah, it seems like that would be maybe more. I mean, well, because it seems like they're getting rid of the 3x6 base, so it's just a 2x4, so smaller box. And if it has a secondary thing, it's a dial on the base. So they
Yeah, we'll see whether that's terrain or resource style, I guess.
What I'm
Terrain seems
very
more likely.
curious about is if they're going to pull what they pulled with the boxing ring and give us the map at this event and then not release it at other times. Because that happened where you got the boxing ring and the map at Worlds, but if you got the boxing ring at a different place, you didn't get the map.
That's not true. By like the second day or so, if you got it at another place and you asked, they would give it to you. And
Okay,
that's
they
how I
did.
have a map.
Okay. Because I knew there was an issue going on with that for a while.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the map at Canadian Nationals where they were selling.
No, it was more like you said, I bought it at Canadian Nationals.
Right.
Give me the map thing.
So if you
Yeah.
bought it at Canadian Nationals and didn't go to Worlds, then
Yeah. If you said you got the boxing ring at Canadian Nationals. So that's US Nationals. Event schedule Wednesday, grinders, battle royales. Starts at 11. Registration starts at 11. Events start firing up at noon. So you do grinders, you do your battle royales. Registration closes for grinders at 3 and 5. 9 a.m. is when registration opens. 10 a.m. is when events start firing off on Thursday. You do that for a while. Registration closes for grinders at 3, so you get in a couple. And then, so you play until 5. And then Friday is when U.S. Nationals happens. Starts at 10. And then there's the Modern Age theme team scenario, whatever that happens. U.S. Nationals happens on Friday, essentially. It says
qualifiers start at 10. It says Friday. Oh, wait, no, that's Dice Master qualifiers, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why I would want to play in a grinder for an event in the middle of the event actually happening.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I just didn't see the word Dice Master.
Yeah. Saturday, Battle Royale started at 10. U.S. Team National Championship starts at 10. That happens pretty much all day. It ended. Those things end pretty late in the day. This says ends by 8. And then Sunday you can basically play battle royales if you want for fun. Which I mean, if you're already there, you may as well get one in because they start at 10. Why not?
And goes to 4.
Yeah. So a lot of opportunities to get the prizes. There's even more prizes than usual. Hopefully, the whole whenever you get a prize that's random, it isn't like a bishop or whatever, because
I mean Bishop would be not terrible.
Not the worst, but like
War Machine would be.
You
bad.
want one of the new stuff if you're going for it, kind of thing.
Yeah, new and like actual con prizes, not you got top 8 at an open kind of prize. Like War Machine's War Machine.
Bishop was top 2, so
yeah, but
he wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, I did want to go over
But a forger.
not so much go over UK Nats as much as just go over it because
There's something weird going
there's
on.
relevant information. Well, it's not weird as much as a repeat of last year where Canadians got to get Doomsday early, essentially. So I'm going to, convention exclusive prices. So they have the Blackbird, 35 pounds, whatever. Thanos Copter, 35 pounds.
Which isn't for sale at U.S. Nationals.
That's pretty cheap.
And this is not guaranteed, but based on precedent, this should mirror what it looks like at every Nationals besides US. So if you want a Thanos Copter, you can get it at Canadian Nationals.
But why is it that this is happening before US and yet is selling stuff that US doesn't get?
Why were Canadians able to buy Doomsday last year, but you couldn't get it until Gen Con if you were in the US? I don't know.
Boxing
It's
ring.
so weird.
I don't know. but it does confirm that you can get
Yeah,
that for the
Starro
equivalent
as
of
well
50 US. Starro. Colossal Starro. That's a thing. I don't remember if it was confirmed before this.
I don't think
it
it
had
was.
been.
I think this is new information.
Is it?
50 pounds, which translates, I think, into 70 US, 90 Canadian. I don't know. It's expensive, but the original was only a 2x2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's a big skull. Well, how much did Sinestro retail for?
Yeah, 70.
Sinestro was. I want to say he was up there too.
Not. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what it'll do. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have retaliation based on what we've seen with the Infinity previews.
Yeah, in fact, probably doesn't. I would guess.
Yeah.
Unless it was
why not?
designed a while ago and is just now being released, which is possible.
Yeah. Oh, so now looking at the pricing. Remember when WizKids said that certain stuff comes out for the first time in the US at Worlds?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
the pricing just
see,
is.
the Joker and Gwenpool, as well as some ID cards that we didn't see for Origins. I believe the Two-Face and the
Two-Face.
Rogue.
Joker, Rogue.
The Rogue is weird.
Two-Face, Joker, and Rogue.
We lose Rogue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we don't have a Rogue post-retirement, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. And there won't be one in Days of Future Past, probably.
So they're going to pull what they pulled last time and give us IDs and never give us modern.
It is possible.
Also, was Daredevil? Oh, I don't remember if Daredevil was one that was available.
He was at US.
Okay.
Oh,
There's some stuff missing from that was in the US one, which is
just
mostly
the open
open
top 8 and up prizes essentially,
which is a giant loss, I guess. Although it's probably bigger in the UK than it would be here because
it's everything but the prize actually. Like it's everything but first place that's missing.
Right. Like you won't get your War Machine, but you can get Lockjaw if you go to any non-US. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have a lot of people at Canadian Nationals, probably. Because Thanos Copter is really good. Although I guess we'll find out what legality looks like. Because last year they didn't let stuff like the boxing ring, and whatever that didn't come out for Americans until then be legal. So we'll see. But I mean,
they don't have the buyables as prizes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that you don't get the big Bibles as prizes, but then again, maybe that just lowers their costs. And like, if they're good, you kind of had to buy them anyway. Like, it is a loss, but I don't know.
You don't get your resale, basically.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you knew you were gonna be good enough to win them, that kind of sucks. But there's extra winnables this year, so that kind of helps. And so far, everything we've seen was really playable. And as we've discussed, all these IDs look really playable, except Rogue. Poor Rogue.
And Two-Face. I don't know why you would call him in, unless he has a great inspiration or something.
That's going to be for the next set, because we're going to get the classic.
You can call one in. It's just not.
You could call the Joker's Wild one in, and maybe 50-50 chance you roll into the attacking dial.
So, yes or no? Do you think the buyable Gordon is Barbara from Batman Beyond?
That is what I'm leaning toward, because if it was supposed to be him in the Batman suit, I think it would be called Batman.
Yeah.
Probably. Unless they...
And then have a real name, Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of any other reason why it would be something else. Like, it's not like last year we got... 2 years... 2 years ago we got the 66 Batman's things, but... Yeah, I don't really see it being something other than Barbara, because we already have Batman Beyond confirmed as a sub-theme.
Cool.
I don't know. Speculation.
And I have a question. Do you know about how legality is going to work? Like, as soon as this happens, is some people going to be able to play Unimind with a Pulse Waiver and other people not? Or are they going to wait till Worlds, since they said it was going to be Worlds?
Because the time difference between this and Worlds is so much bigger than last year.
Yeah.
So
And they told us it was supposed to come out at Worlds and then turned around and dumped them into this.
Yeah, I mean, judging by last year's precedent, no, you won't be able to. But
right, but the difference
whether
is
they'll
that, like,
follow that, yeah, because of the time gap, we'll see.
it's
There's no way
what,
to
like
know
a
until they do it.
it's a 5-month time gap. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
That would be weird to release something and say you can't play this for 5 months.
That is a really
doubt
long
that
time.
happens. Yeah, I highly doubt that happens. I figure they give it a couple. Maybe they say instead of being legal in a month, they say like 2 to give everybody the fair chance to get the stuff.
At which point, if you're going to UK, Canadian, whatever is actually selling these, buy multiple of them and sell them to people in the US.
Yeah, I don't know all the flags. I didn't have time to look up what all the flags were.
Yeah.
But we do have UK confirmed. We have US. We have Mexico,
They confirmed
Italy,
they were doing a Brazil one, right?
Australia. We have a lot of them.
So my Canadian friends I do a show with all the time, y'all gonna help a friend out?
Well, I guess we're not 100% sure we're getting them, but if we do,
I mean, I would guess 99% sure based on
yeah,
UK.
it seems extremely likely. It's just not like 100%.
No. But that being said, time for speculation is over. We have previews to go over, which are actual concrete things.
Wow.
So we have some previews from the Nerd Store. So we have a Quasar, super rare, zero number. Okay, so the collector number is 037 because
Thank
there's
you.
less. It looks like there's less actual figures in the set, or well, there are. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there are. See, he has the Avengers and Cosmic keywords. Real name doesn't matter, and he loses his ID card. So I don't even know why they bother anymore.
Yeah.
This looks like a common.
A little bit, right?
Sorry,
Like,
what?
isn't there a window for him to be played in rocks?
Very small, very, very, very small. And like, does this see play?
I think so.
I mean, I don't see why not. He's
Yeah,
a really
I
good
mean,
calling.
I
Good
think
stats, penetrating, yeah. But so that Avengers Infinity trait, when he attacks only carries 100 points or more, you modify attack or damage +1, so he can be 12 and 4, 11 and 5.
which is good.
Good swing. Good
great.
stuff.
12 and 6 with a Unimind.
Yeah. And then when he hits with a range attack as a trait after resolution, he uses barrier at no cost.
Which
So
is awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Because barrier is a good power.
Yeah, he gets late dial, ranged steel energy. I mean, I think he's just good.
Yeah.
Does anybody think he sees main force play ever?
I have built teams with him on main force. Whether they'll work or not is a different question. Alpha Strike will be less powerful after rotation, so he'll be better then when he can't just get killed on like turn 2. But I don't know whether he'll ever actually see main force play. We'll see.
Depends on where the next rotation falls. Like, if they make it infinity forward or like maybe one set behind, like it really just depends on what
the 3 rotations at. Yeah, if he had power cosmic, I think it'd be much better because it's versus shredders, good stats. And it kind of looks like we're doing a reverse of the low point trend where we have him and a lot of colossals. So yeah, he looks decent. See some ID card play for like literally a week. Rock Age, call in. The inspiration's TK, which isn't bad, but it's, I don't know. It maybe sees play either way.
But also just being able to attack and also barrier in the same turn is extremely strong. So
with penetrating and that large of a swing.
Yeah, if people can make him work, they will. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see people try him, I think. But
he does look like a good main force piece. Or sorry, good sealed piece.
He also just looks good.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we don't know what the rest of the set looks like, I guess, but he seems almost certain to be.
He seems like he should be good, and if he's not, this is a really weird set.
If he's not, there's some crazy power creep going on.
Yeah, so moving on to a chase. Moondragon. Set number 046. Unique. Power Cosmic team ability. Keywords are Avengers, Infinity Watch, and Cosmic. Avengers is always good. Infinity Watch, we'll see. Cosmic. Very good now. And
this set's going to have so much Cosmic.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get theme prob in those field events, but map roll's good. So trait, which we see on her and a bunch of other characters, Cosmic Entity. Moondragon can't be the target of an attack with more than one target. So this is kind of more relevant on the Colossals, where you can't try and ping them as well as another character, but still, you can't try and...
And also, it's very relevant for her stop-click with Mastermind, because that's one of the main ways to get around Mastermind.
Although I think Energy Explosion still works, because it just says becomes the target.
Yeah, we would have to see a ruling on that here, but you might be right.
It says can't, so...
Yeah,
right.
That will require a ruling.
We did have a rules question come up where I ended up looking it up, and you can still be energy exploded even if you had shape changed.
I feel like it's going to work like this.
Yeah, that's not quite the same, though.
If you target her as the primary with energy explosion, it'll work, but if you target someone next to her, it won't splash onto her, is what I think it'll work.
It's... We'll see.
Yeah, basically that's...
We'll basically see. She has a second trait, which is kind of like a shared trait, except different among the different chases. Flurry, so just she has Flurry. Can't be countered because she has Power Cosmic, which is good. Once per turn, when Moondragon's attack roll has a 2, until your next turn, friendly characters have protected Mind Control, opposing Perplex, opposing Probability Control. So she has a 12 attack top dial. So if you're rolling with a 2... you probably maybe miss. Decent chances that you miss. But it's still 12, so you might still hit. But,
I mean, a 2 and a 3 and above, you'll be fine?
Pretty much. So basically 50-50 chances you're fine. But basically, yes, no mind control. I don't know how relevant mind control ends up being. Opposing Perplex, opposing Prob. Opposing Prob is kind of important.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
and the mind control will be relevant if they're running Professor X ID.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also just, it's not reliable, though. So
no. So
you should not be relying on that to protect you.
So she has a stop click with Mastermind, which we see on the other chase as well, so that looks like a shared thing. It has Pulse Wave on those same clicks, though, so... And Mastermind is just kind of easy to get around now with
although
many
less so
different...
with that trait, potentially.
Right, but just Energy Explosion, and we have a Jubilee ID as one example. But basically...
It's so awkward, though, because it's Mastermind, Pulse Wave.
Also...
She does have 2 clicks of it, so you would have to have multiple Energy Exploders to kill her.
Right, but also the fact that you can't position as well for Mastermind in the mid dial, just in general.
It's like you have to Pulse Wave and then run your fodder up to her.
But also, yeah, it's true. Yeah, her click that she has Mastermind on isn't great, except that she can call in at 80 points, which is nice.
Which is pretty much everything relevant.
Yeah.
So she has that. She has a really cool damage power, Mental Link. Free, modify a friendly character's damage +1 this turn. When that character makes an attack this turn, after resolutions, deal 1 unavoidable damage to a friendly character. So if you're playing an Ironheart or a Lockjaw with the Cosmic keyword, it's really good. And even if you're not, just, maybe you have a character that you want to have do an activation click. You can also combo it with the Fast Forces Penguin. So even on your first turn, you can take the damage thing, make the attack on the Penguin, and then just deal the unavoidable damage to whatever character you want to take damage. Seems good to me. Theoretically.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, something like Perplex would just be kind of better, but not in every case. So.
I mean, the fact that it's map-wide is what's relevant for it.
Yeah, being global is just good. So I think she could see main force play.
Yeah, no move and attack hurts her, but 80 points is nice, so we'll see.
Pretty good stats for
those.
Potential. Sealed, she definitely sees play. Definitely.
Yeah. If you pull her in sealed, you're playing her probably.
Good keywords. Can call her with everything relevant.
In any set.
So that's... Then we have a Colossal preview from this set, which is Stranger.
He's interesting too, honestly.
Yeah, so he has a 400, a 250, and a 100 point dial, power cosmic keyword. What if the cosmic keyword is going to be on every other character this set?
Note real quick, you can only play him at his bottom value in the sealed.
Oh, right, because he's 250 on his
Well,
second
not
value.
in Battle Royale,
In
not
Battle
sealed.
Royale.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't play him. I don't think maybe you play him at 250 in an actual sealed. Maybe. I don't know. It's also I don't know how the rarity is going to work. Like, can you get a rare? Like, is he just your rare period in your pack?
No, he can't be, because then how would you get rares? Because every pack has a colossal, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
is he
not
a-
every colossal
is
will
he
be rare or
specifically a
higher.
rare?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
there
is
are
a rare.
common colossals.
He's unique also.
Yeah, I did see that. So I guess it's good that he's rare. Common uniques are annoying.
I mean, also nearly non-existent, if at all.
I mean, they used to exist. They exist much less now.
Right. Point being, he does stuff. What does he do? 100 point dial.
Yep.
He can't use power cosmic team ability, which is it's a thing.
Probably.
What they
As
should
a
have done to
trait,
Goblin
He
King.
would be extremely strong on that click if he could.
yeah. Trait. This based on the name seems like a shared trait, but just different for each colossal. You can't kill the abstract, the stranger. Once per turn, you may modify a friendly character's range +3 when it uses Edward, Perplex, or Prob. When strangers KO, this effect continues for the rest of the game. Cool. It's just good. And you can use it even if you're KO'd.
And he has Perplex on top of that?
Yeah. Yeah, he can have a 10 range, Perplex, Edward, or Prob.
And it does not say another, so.
Yeah, so the name of the trait, like, the Marvel Cosmic characters are, like, referred to as the abstracts, so I'm feeling like that's a shared trait, just different depending on who it is.
Yeah.
But that's more speculation. And he has the same cosmic entity trait that we saw in Moondragon.
Although less relevant here because he doesn't have a stop click with Mastermind on it.
Yeah, as well as having a movement power on the starting
Such
parts
a
of
good
all
power.
of his three. What?
The movement power is very good.
Yes.
It's good power.
So you start with it on every starting line where he has it. At the beginning of your turn, choose 2 standard powers that an opponent's characters can use that you didn't choose last turn. Stranger can use those powers until your next turn. So that's pretty good, right?
It's good at 100 points. It's not optional, so Darwin will counter him. Don't know how much that matters.
I mean, it doesn't matter for sealed.
Yeah, no, for sure. But if you wanted to play him in Constructed, it would. I'm not sure that he'll ever be on a Constructed team, but it could happen.
I think the other one might be, though.
Ego, oh yeah, but we'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sealed, I think you definitely play him at one of the 2 lower styles, almost certainly, especially without wit and power cosmic. So
Yeah, depends on what else you pull, I guess.
Yeah,
Play him on 100 or 250.
Because a 10 attack on a 250 point piece feels bad.
Almost like you can anticipate getting prob.
Which you can pick.
But even then...
Assuming that your opponent has it somewhere.
Right, if there's enough prob for that to be a thing you can think will happen, as well as... But then again, you also can't pick it 2 turns in a row, so... Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily see competitive main force play. Almost definitely sees sealed play at 100.
Yeah.
Especially with Perplex to like buff other cool things up with a 10 attack, so you can kind of stay back and just do supporty cool stuff as well as randomly attack, I guess.
Yep.
But can't use Power Cosmic at 100. Oh, no,
Can use it at 250, which is another argument for playing him at 250 and see.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
think
10 range outwit.
it's hard to say now, but
yep,
yeah, he's pretty cool. So we have a bunch of previews from comicbook.com. We have 1 second. So we have the
Why is that still tiny?
Ooh, it's not.
Okay, that's a little better.
Okay, so we have the non-prime prime. Because they
and
said
again,
primes.
everything in this set has cosmic.
Yep. So we have 19B. So the primes in this set are a designation of rarity not actual green rings.
Interesting.
So Javelin has a Space Knight, named keyword, Armor Cosmic Robot, Cosmic again. What a surprise.
So
It's
A
pretty
will be
fun.
another Space Knight of some kind, I assume.
Yeah, I think they said that all the primes are the same theme. So
we will
get...
probably not see Rom, just because he's not technically a Marvel property anymore.
So if he's actually the prime and not just a random B ring, that's going to mean that we're going to get a Space Knight 2x2?
Wait, what? No, he's...
I
What?
don't
Like,
think so.
because you know how some sets have A's and B's that are just A's and B's. It's not a prime or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he's not a prime, they said, or I mean, if he is a prime, they said all the primes, including all the way through the whole set, all work together, and that's why they didn't want to do it.
Right.
So you could
we
get
know
a
there's a
2x2
Colossal
Space
Prime?
Knight.
I don't know if we do have a Colossal Prime.
I don't know that that's confirmed, but it might be.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter right now. That's speculation.
Yeah.
Has a trait, toughness and invulnerability when targeted by range. Looks like a shared trait. Attack power, blades, and when he uses it, if the result is 5 through 6, they get a token. As well as defense power, where he has, if he's next to another Space Knight, +1 defense. So a couple special powers in there, but he's basically just kind of close combat.
He's casual. He's casual.
Yeah, I don't think he really sees competitive constructed
No,
play.
it'll be fun playing if you care about Space Knights, which I personally don't at all. It'll be fun playing him.
I mean, he's
I do
never not a
appreciate the
consideration
Indom,
just because
Sorry?
the cosmic. What?
I appreciate the Endom on him on an 80-point figure. It's
Sure.
kind of opposite of what we've been getting used to.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Endom in this set compared to previous sets, which have had like one figure with it.
Yeah, I like that he shares 2 different keywords with Beta Ray Bill, so you have a lot of options going
A
on,
lot of Cosmic in this set.
as well as the robot keyword. And Skeets is a character that is good. Yeah, you play him in sealed. You don't play him in constructed necessarily, but who knows?
You might play him in sealed.
If you pull Space Knights.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on because he's not that interesting.
No.
This is, though.
That is interesting, at least.
Yep. Chase Thor. He has Asgardian, Avengers, Cosmic, Deity, Power Cosmic. So the theme looks like it's based on the Avengers Infinity comics, which I have no familiarity with, but they all look like they've been merged with different abstracts, which is kind of cool. So
the same. They were all hosts of eternity.
Oh, is it all eternity? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this comic cover basically is the chases. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's
Quasar Chase.
Quasar Chase. Who's that on? Is that Adam Warlock?
Judging
I
by the
think
little thing, it's Adam Warlock, Quasar, Thor, Monica Rambeau, and I can't see in the middle.
I mean, you could just that's
Moondragon, I guess.
Moondragon.
Since we've already seen her.
it's
But whether we get all of them or
it's
not.
the
is a different
Eternal.
question,
It's
I guess.
Thanos' brother. I can't remember what his name is.
Oh, Star Fox?
Yes, it is Star Fox in the middle.
Okay.
But basically, you can just look up this comic and you know all the chases.
Although I guess we don't. Do we know how many chases we're getting? I guess we
6.
don't. 6? Okay, so that would be those 5 that you see in that little character box in the top left, plus Moondragon, who is not there.
Yep. So Cosmic Entity, same as the other things. But have we even
Which
seen a
again is
multi?
relevant because he has stopped Mastermind.
Right. So we've seen a bunch of characters now. Have any of them had multi-target
In this set?
so far? Yeah, I don't think
No.
so. Unsure how relevant that's going to be.
Although
in
Pick a Power from
sealed.
Stranger could get it, I suppose. Not in
One.
sealed if nobody else has it.
Nope, not in the previews.
Okay. So second trait, Flurry. Once per turn, when his attack roll has a 1, until your next turn, friendly characters can use Power Cosmic. After resolutions, heal each friendly character with 2 tokens, 1 click.
All right.
So everybody gets Power Cosmic if you roll a 1. They can still hit if you roll a 1 and a
He has
6.
a 12 attack, so.
I mean, maybe if you were sitting on a 1 on your Trelane who has Cosmic, you just do it anyways because Power Cosmic on everybody is really good.
Yep.
He gets Stop Mastermind, same as Moondragon, and he has Damage power, when he misses one or more targets, he gets a humility token and modifies attack by +1 for each one. But he has flurry, so that kind of makes up for the fact that you maybe miss some attacks.
Notice again top dial phasing.
Yeah, they all have it.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna get no reducers. You get the Stockhook Mastermind.
It looks like almost exactly the same dial on all of them.
Right, except he has super strength. And
other than powers, yeah.
Clicks life are different, and points
super
are different.
strength and 2 clicks of precision strike, close combat expert instead of pulse
wave prob.
Yeah. I don't think he really sees similar prospects to Moondragon, except he's kind of worse because
Moondragon is better for sure, I think.
Yeah, like with the ID cards that we know that we have, his being more points isn't actually better. There's nothing that he's calling in that she can't.
Chase Cyclops.
Except for Cyclops at a higher point value, points, but like, I don't know.
That's it, but it's fine. Not great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's decent for sealed. Maybe sees main force competitive play. Yeah.
Seems unlikely, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's a maybe.
Any close combat piece that doesn't have move and attack, I kind of discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, he increases his own attack if he misses, but that's not really useful in competitive play because if you're missing with a 12 attack, you're losing. Have a bad time anyway.
Or if you just you missed and you roll a 1.
Maybe worth it. No. He's fine, but
Ego though.
Ego's awesome. Let's go with Ego.
75 all day.
So surprising nobody. He has the Cosmic and Power Cosmic keyword and team ability, Mystical Cosmic Entity trait, seems the other ones. Another trait. The very Earth is mine to command. When he destroys a piece of blocking terrain after resolutions, you may generate Ego antibody bystanders, maximum 6 on the map for each piece destroyed, and they have 6 movement, sidestep, 10 attack, super strength, 17 toughness, and 2 damage, and plasticity traded, point value 0. So pretty annoying. Decent damage.
Underground.
Yeah. Attack power that he starts with on every single one of his starting clicks, which are 350, 250, 150, and 75. Super strength. When he's given a move action, after resolutions, destroy all adjacent pieces of blocking terrain, and then he can use Quake at no cost. It's only a rare. Yeah, I think he definitely sees some play.
Yeah.
I mean, generating 6 bodies for free with plasticity, super strength.
Cool with Quasar too to free and then create them. Free barrier and then make them. Potentially, he's good. He's very good.
Yeah, and because of the Cosmic Entity trait, you have to really commit to killing him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage penetrating at one shot. Like, yeah.
And then you get swarmed.
Yeah. So you can sidestep and then move 8 and then generate all the pogs. So if you have a leadership, you can still attack with 3 of them that turn, theoretically.
Yeah. Potentially interesting with Mistress Death to put a token on and then go free Quake with him for like 6 damage on one target.
God.
Although, not attack for 75. I think he sees the most play at 75.
Yeah,
I don't see why you pay double the points.
Clicks for 75 more points and 1 more attack being worth it, but...
Yeah, no, that's a pretty not good 75 extra points you're spending there.
He lives for longer, but I don't think you really care. He's mostly
there for the auto strike. It's not worth it. You're paying 75 for 4 more clicks. Like it's barely better.
Now, in Team Worlds, I could see playing him at 250 because he's not one figure.
No, you're right. And he has Perplex to down their defense, so you essentially give your whole team +1 attack. As well as, we haven't seen anything lower than 80, so... Can you throw it in? Maybe not.
Yeah, he's potentially interesting with Moondragon too, because then he can move up and you can cross map, give one of the antibodies +1 damage if you need it.
This is going to be a really weird sealed set.
It really is.
So much. Like all the pre-releases I can, I'm going to get some practice in.
Yeah, Ego Prime is going to be awesome. I love him. His 75 point dial is the best, I think, because you're paying 75 more points for 4 clicks, and then you're paying 100 more points on top of that for another 4 clicks, and then you're paying 100 more points on top of that for 4 clicks. So you could do it.
I mean, yeah, I think you either play 250 or 75 for sealed. You only play 75 for constructed.
And you play 150 in a battle royale.
Yeah,
because that is obviously at no cost to you and the highest point value you can actually play. And he has both cosmic and mystical. Mystical is potentially interesting.
Yeah.
Play indoors and then with a bunch of Green Lanterns to barrier himself after he makes a bunch of antibodies.
Yeah. Oh, or you play, well, there's just no limit. Like, you have maximum 6 on the map, but when they all get killed, you play him with Mephisto because they share mystical, and then all your antibodies have prob.
Yeah, and he is sidestepped to like get away after he goes and ties them all up with antibodies. And
yeah, like you even if they're playing shredders, you just base their shredder, base their taxi, which maybe doesn't. I mean, if they're playing overdrive, vehicles don't auto break away, or they don't ignore characters. So yeah, basically, Ego sees a lot of play.
I think so.
I like Green Lanterns even more because they're infinite antibodies. You throw up a bunch of barrier and then just walk up and break it.
And also, he is still power cosmic at 75, right?
Yes, he is.
And he's also enough points to call in almost anything relevant. So
that is a good
Banshee.
Point.
Oh God.
Good point. Yeah, he's really good. Do we have anything that like specifically buffs up lots of things right now that you can play to like run across the map and then buff up all those pogs before they attack?
Green Light Chase could give them all flight.
I mean,
that's only
you could play Emma Prime, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's not a ton, but there's maybe some interesting combos somebody can figure out with that. But I mean, the antibody pogs stats aren't really the main thing there. So
yeah, so I think that's it for the screen sharing stuff, right?
Yep.
There was no other competitive this weekend.
That was it.
So we get to move on to the user questions. I should open up the YouTube chat, the live chat, and remind everybody that if you want to put in questions, do that thing, because eventually we will have to cut off that because the episode will be over. I don't know why I'm so awkward right now. So anybody have anything they want to bring up before we go to the user questions? Michael?
No, I say we just jump right in.
Yep,
Devin?
I agree.
You agree?
Yep.
You don't get to agree. Only I make all the decisions. You agree with me.
This isn't a democracy?
Facebook. I shared it on the Heroclix community group page. KJ Foster asks, with a major tournament upcoming, what will be the tech and build and how to defend against it? Alpha strikes in general are just good right now. I mean, with Sam Cap, Magneto and Sam Cap, shredders plus Sam Cap. Like there's a lot of things that can jump across the map and do a lot of stuff. Just kind of reminds me of Emily's team, where she has Clarion for Tikal and a clone for shredder damage and a Sam Cap. You got to deal with somebody jumping across the map just in general. Michael, any other thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I keep going back to the fact that we have so many good taxis right now that Alpha Strike's just not going to go away anytime soon. And then we lose counters to some of them. Like, I was literally thinking about starting to run Mr. Nobody for the Overdrive, and now that's gone. And even if you did, you just play Kite Man instead with IDs.
But also, you can't just kill Overdrive across the map with Hawkeye now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just kind of no reason not to play Overdrive post-rotation. But
It's
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
going
I'm
to be a very
presuming-
explosive turn 1, turn 2 game deciding kind of thing.
Yeah, it was pretty gross how I just won. I killed half my opponent's team in my second turn.
Yeah,
my
that's
games.
basically how
It
that
was-
team works.
Wait, you know how the team works?
I've played it. Yeah, I see it being a three-way war, I think, between Alpha Strike teams, Undying Tech, and Shredders. Because
Shredders are
there's
kind
a
of
lot
Shredders are kind of
Undying.
undying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, but there's a lot of really good Undying stuff, which does include Shredders, but like Lockjaw, Mistress Death, Prime Deadpool, Emma from the Ellie.
That totally retires.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
going.
no, I
away.
know, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think he specified after retirement, did he?
Well,
That's
I
just
don't
where
know.
my mind is at right now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, no, I think that Lockjaw will see a lot of play because I don't think either Shredders or Alpha Strike teams really counter him. So we'll have to see that how that goes. But obviously, all of those teams have the potential to beat each other. I think. Most
Unimind's
ones.
gonna come back front and center if they allow Thanos to be legal for Worlds.
Yeah,
because
that's a
of
good point.
releasing it early.
Yeah, Unimind with Pulse Wave is awesome. We've been seeing a lot of 170 Full Point Goblin Kings being played
Yeah,
recently. I don't know. I can see that not going away because the stuff that is mainly good against it is being gotten rid of in retirement. So
yeah. I also see 175 being good because you can just set up, if they have a Darwin, just set up the whole Perplexibus damage, Surtur kill in one shot or one turn.
Mhm.
But is there anything good that you can call in at 25 points after that post rotation? I don't think so.
anything good you can
post rotation.
no.
I mean, you're just looking at the X-Men ID cards. I know. You can call an Artie.
Artie. Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
You can call in Top Dial, Brew. Yeah, there's
Brew is
really
literally
nothing.
the only other thing who also doesn't do much.
There's no Moira ID card. Like, yeah, no. Okay, that's unfortunate.
We lose Adam.
Yeah. We lose the Adam. That's unfortunate. Brian Poling asks a question that seems to be more for me. When will I stop making rookie mistakes? He referring to himself. That's up to you. And secondly, more importantly, was there any team that surprised you Saturday just in terms of seeing it played? I don't know if I can say that I was surprised by Chris's team because he told me about it in advance, but I guess I just kind of say Chris's because, I mean, he played the scholarship. Nobody plays the scholarship anymore. The better suited option was good. It would have been nice if he had a better option instead of the Superman, but, I mean, he had +4 map roll, so he's pretty safe in, and he did win map roll all
against most Magneto teams. So. 50-50 against most Magneto teams, so not terrible.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we played. I won map roll once. I lost map roll once. So
exactly 50-50. Perfect.
The math is perfect. From the actual Married with Clicks post, we have my good friend who provided me with the stamp, Chris Stockhouse, with a very, very long question. I'm glad I got to see some of my favorite people this weekend. That was the first time I've ever been top seed at a big event, so that was exciting. I'm happy to see that the scholarship did very well for me. I would have liked to have won map against Jay in top 4, but the dice decided that my time was done. I mean, you did win map roll against me, but just not in the top 4. Yes, the question for PJ. I'm sad now.
No.
He did respond to it, I think, there, though.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He did.
I hope I made all the scholarship players of old proud on Saturday. I mean, Amber was very happy about it, so yes. As for question, is there any piece that you want to play competitively one more time before it retires? I mean, there's an X-Men set retiring, so Devin?
I mean, from UXM, it's still chase Magneto, although I think I mostly got it out of my system by winning the Ottawa WKO with it. He was really just missing a taxi and got it just before he retired, so that's awesome. From a non-X-Men set, I had a lot of success with the Zatara, bringing him back to life with the Tangent Green Lantern team, which is awesome. So maybe him, but I probably won't actually play him. But he is a great piece who's retiring, so he'll probably be who I miss the most that I haven't actually played within the last 6 months or so.
I need a second to figure this question out. Michael?
I've got two, one Marvel, one DC. Real boy Nick Fury, just straight up 120 points playing him on the board, because that's my classic, how I was getting my WizKid Open win, or my ROC wins back in the day. And typically he was accompanied with Mr. Mixie. And I really want to bring that back one more time. Me and Jen called it the Holy Trinity of Mixie, Nighthawk, and Fury back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Zatara would have been so good post-rotation. Just considering that Mephisto becomes good again, and we saw more mystical stuff. And Green Lantern is good, and yeah, Zatara. I mean, I wanted to play Casey Green Lantern more, but Shredders exists, so that just went away as an option, unfortunately, at the lower points. And higher points, he was just not good because certain stuff existed, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Next question is Chip Barnett asks, why does PJ always appear to be stoned out, or is he just trying to read something in very small font? To which he responds, or is constantly sleep deprived. Yeah, I mean, PJ has a weird work schedule, so sleep deprived is a fair assessment. Sam Powell asks, do you think that because WizKids have announced Grinders for Nationals, it will have a bigger turnout than what was been talked about?
Absolutely.
And yeah, obviously, yeah, I think that's just a yes. I'm very happy about that. And what are your top 3 pieces in meta right now? I mean, Sam asks is pretty appropriate because I think the answer is just Sam Cap for number 1, right? Anybody disagree, Devin?
No, she's amazing.
Pretty relevant.
I mean, yeah, I think she's just.
She enables. Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to say Lila or Magneto, but she enables so many different builds that I think she beats them out for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just the best piece in the game post rotation. Just straight up.
Well, she said right now.
I mean, yeah.
She can call in almost everything.
Yeah, it's true.
And Overdrive is playable again, so that's your 16 swing back. Like,
and you can get rid of things that she called in who just have sidestep and all that kind of stuff.
But to be fair, she does say right now. My number 2...
Shredders?
Yeah, just Shredders in general seems pretty reasonable. Unless Devin disagrees.
I mean, my top 3 is going to be slightly different because I'm only going to include things I want to play, but
that's fair.
We'll get to that later.
Way to be objective, Devin. Yeah, there's so much good stuff right now. I mean, if I'm playing a build right now, the second piece that I throw on is probably... I mean, I don't see how I don't... I mean, I guess I'm done with the Magneto team myself as well, because I did, almost all the way with it. I don't know. I'm very tired. It's getting a little late. Michael?
I'll say Unimind is my number 3.
That's
fair.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
There's a couple of potential figures like Goblin King and Unimind and that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to go with Sam Cap, Magneto, and Lockjaw.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just see Lockjaw enabling so many builds. He's really good with Mistress Death, obviously, but it's just a piece that doesn't die and is a great support piece for 75 points that can call most things in, is good on tons of builds. So we'll see.
I'll agree with you once I get one at Nationals.
Fair.
Yeah. I think Bill is just my number 3 because it can be themed with a lot of good stuff, including some good retaliators. And
I think it's interesting that we can say so many different figures. It speaks to the health of the meta, because like
you could say Mistress Death. I mean,
yeah, like 6 months ago it was like Unimind, Nighthawk, and is there a third one? I don't know.
Carnage.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything with Invincible is kind of number 3 right now. So, Lucas Tom Van Holland asks, how wide open is the Nationals meta?
Extremely.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around what I want to play and how I can help defend myself against as many teams as possible. I mean, we have a whole other set coming out.
Yeah.
So
literally unanswerable right now, so I'm gonna say extremely open.
That's pretty fair.
I can't see it making Lockjaw Mistress Death worse with the number of characters who are cosmic keyworded. So
yes, unless there's just a character who just says opposing character's named Lockjaw KO.
if you take any damage, you die forever.
So basically, Mr. Death, but better in every way.
Yeah, I mean, I said that, and then I was just like, wait, you just play Shredders and that character, and you win literally every time.
That can't happen.
Yeah. And then your opponent plays a Mangog so that he can hope to retaliate and kill your entire team in one hit. Or a Surtur, for the same reason.
Yeah. Basically, we have no idea because we do not have secret information where we just know the whole Infinity set. Sorry.
Yeah. We know what has been previewed. And some other figures, who they are, but not their dials.
Mm-hmm.
Come back in about 2 weeks. We'll probably have most of it.
Yeah, pre-releases start in about 3 weeks or so.
And I'm expecting a Scott unboxing soon and more articles. And
true.
That's gonna be really hard for him to get the full dials off in the videos because the cards are really big. Although I think Stranger was a normal card. Regardless, we can't speculate. We can't do a whole show just speculating. Now I kind of really want to change the title, even though it's too late. Christopher Smotherman asks, do you guys like the pick and pass format? Not necessarily for competitive events, but more on the local level. We had a fantastic time yesterday where between 6 players, only 2 super rares were pulled. I plan on doing a whole full battle report, but I would have loved to hear about some of the more crazy teams you've had. I'll share my team as an example, which somehow got me a 2nd place finish.
Oh, man. You wanted us to have preparations and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played an event like this where it was pulling past for 4 or 5 different sets. I'm sorry. I don't know. It looks fun, though. You said not for competitive, so sure. More things that are fun are fun. Anybody disagree that having fun is fun?
Fun is fun.
As I experienced in the Deadpool and X-Force pre-release, that can be incredibly unbalanced, where I got a pool captain and then picking past everything else and just ended up with a team that was like 565 points. But if you have to build a team out of it, it's more balanced and more fun. So,
Adam Cole, the King of the North, asks, how good is that Pim tank? I really wish Tom was here right now to agree with that statement, but I also agree with that statement because it does some really cool things, especially when it doesn't even need to be carried, so you can just overdrive, carry your 4 characters, and your Pim tank just follows along, and then you do lots of damage. It's pretty good. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the Pim tank of old, but it's still only
exactly.
8 points.
Yeah. Devin?
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not as good as it was on release, but I mean, it's great.
Yep, it is still sitting somewhere in my competitive drawer.
Does a bunch of damage in a wide area, allows you to reposition your opponent's team, can be used across the entire map. You know, it's good.
I mean, it's just so cute. It's a tiny tank. How can you go wrong?
Oh, yours is still on the base.
No, this is the actual tiny one.
No, I'm saying yours is still on the base. Mine popped off.
Really? Looks pretty secure. Either way, it's a cute little pocket tank. It's good. Michael Fedor asks, will we see everyone get Cosmic TA and Keyword in this upcoming set? No.
Keyword so far.
I mean...
Yeah, has literally every preview had Cosmic Keyword?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So based on our sample size of 6, yes. Cosmic Keyword.
Your results may vary.
We know of at least one character that shouldn't, unless there was the
Spider Buggy?
Yeah, I was going to say that why there's no reason why the Spider Buggy.
And also Danielle Cage, Captain America. There's no reason for her to have it, but
I mean, yeah, Boon Girl might get like a power where she's uncounterable, but probably not power Cosmic specifically.
But Moon, Cosmic.
Why does everybody want us to speculate this episode?
We have been doing a lot of we don't know.
Speaking of which, Giordano Petty, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, you're French Canadian. I'm sorry, I met you in person, but your question is speculation. When is Canadian, or it's not speculation? When is Canadian Nats? Looks like July 15th, based on stuff like the fact that they posted an event on the win. So that's it for Facebook. We're moving on to YouTube, so get your questions in now.
There's a lot of questions that aren't for us.
Let's see. Refreshing. Not for us, not for us, not for us. You're supposed. Oh, yeah. I should put capital Q question.
Is Forge viable?
Maybe.
He's 50?
I mean, yeah, the 2 square enhancement's cool. Wood Perplux is good. He has running shot to go with his trait. Yeah.
I think maybe is a fair assessment.
Yeah. Is UK Nats before Origins? Yeah. UK Nats is at the beginning of June, and Origins is in the middle of June. Starting over podcast, which is Edward Sheldon asks, hey, Devin, why didn't you talk to me about con stuff? I'm so hurt right now. What? I don't know.
I also don't know.
I'm tired. I don't know. What? Unless somebody else is using that YouTube account and it's not actually, I don't know.
Blackbird legal for US Nats? We don't know. Speculation.
I don't think so, because it has to be out at least a month and a week. Because it's like a promotional figure. It's speculation. I'm sorry, guys. We're not omniscient. We don't know everything. Happy Little Heroclix asks, has there been any news on the July WKOs outside of the 1H Realms post? Yeah, there was an email, which I saw part of, which says that it's in July. I wish I would have specified that you should put capital Q, capitals question, whatever, so we see it.
Is US Nats going to be a good tournament? Yeah, sure. As long as it gets
hope.
Well, and last year doesn't happen again, which it doesn't look like it will. So.
And Avengers Infinity doesn't completely break the meta. Which is possible, I guess.
Also, will the prizing bring people out to play? Yes. Lockjaw is a prize.
It is good pricing.
Yep. All that being said, we are out of questions. So we move on into closing up with the ad read. But before that, I should mention that we do have a Patreon that you can contribute to if you want to support the channel. Patreon.com/maridwithclicks, I would guess off the top of my head. You get to support the channel, you get the action tokens, you get to join the Discord, which we are in and answer questions in and just talk to you guys in, as well as the Patreon Hangout, which we just had on Friday, which was pretty cool. I think it was like 2.5 hours. Jason Amber talking to people. It looked cool. So you can do Patreon if you want to support the channel. But other than that, we're brought to you in part by HCRealms.com, your one-stop source for everything Heroclix. Keep track of your collection in the unit section. Keep up with the conversation in the forums. Check out the shop and use the code MARRIED for 10% off your order and to support the channel with a little bit of kickback from that purchase. We're also sponsored by MajesticCCG.com. Check out their eBay store and their online store. And you can also check out the premium site, MajesticCCG.com/Apex-Insiders. We have lots of great articles from the great minds in Heroclix. PJ's regular contributor. Other great players who post include Pat, Easton, Adam Friedman, George, Dan Powell's a contributor now, and many others. They also have free articles, so if you like those, you can check those out and then maybe decide to do the premium, which is only $3 a month. It's a really good deal. We're also supported by the ROC, which has a new website at roc.islandsuite.com. If you want to host a ROC, they have a section for all the information for that. You can look at their forum, keep up with any news, check all the podcasts in the section for all the different ones on their site. And I believe you need to have an account to track your digital ROC points now, because they're getting rid of the paper ones. So that's it for this week. As we sign off on this week's Meta Lab, always remember that practice makes your team better, and have a good night.